Women are terrible people when they have leverage. They don't appreciate things because they're given everything for simply existing, and I don't blame you guys for it. If I was 18 years old, having bad chicks willing to fly me out to LA to hang out with them, or being invited on yacht rides, or being invited to Dubai, whatever, for nothing more than the fact that I have a penis, I'd be a piece of shit too. But since I understand this, I know that men, right, need to be in a position where the girl likes him more to overcorrect for all the discrepancies I just mentioned, the severe deficit in the dating marketplace. Because you get all the things I mentioned just now for free. So women don't appreciate simps, but men do. That's why. You're gonna get good treatment if you simp on your man, but he's not gonna get good treatment if he simps on you.
So you're saying women don't appreciate stuff, right? But who makes them not appreciate stuff? You guys would go out there and treat women like gods. You guys would treat them like gods. Put them on a very high pedestal, right? Give them, fly them out for free. Who is causing this problem? You guys have the money, right? You guys have the money, and you decide to fly them out. And all of a sudden, he said they are bad people or something like that. He said women are bad people, are terrible people. So he said
terrible people when they have leverage.
Terrible people and they have leverage. Leverage that you've given them. So how about men, keep your money for a girl that is actually going to, be worth the money. If you think women don't deserve money, why are you out there flying them out for free when you're the one making the money and deciding who to fly out? Right? So doesn't that make you a piece of shit too? Because piece of shit maker, that's what they'll call it. Like they say, women are hoes and men are the homemakers. That's some BS, man. These men are the ones causing problems that they are now turning around to complain about. Come on, guys. Come on, let's use our common sense here, man.
They don't appreciate.
Like, if you don't want those kind of women, don't entertain them. Don't fly them out. I would understand, like if you were flying out somebody you actually valued, like you've courted and you understand who she is and all that. But because she's a 10 out of 10, or she looks so good, or you want to smash, right? And you lose all your, thinking abilities, and you send her money or fly her over or do whatever you want to do, which is actually not going to be bad if you didn't go out and start complaining about the same problems you are facing as a man. But I guess if sex was that much a big deal for you, and you have to do all that to get sex, then when the sex comes, I feel you've exchanged your you've done a fair exchange. She's gotten what she wants, and you've gotten what you want, I guess, except you didn't get what you want. But at the end of the day, this problem was created by men of same nature. Just give the girl money and she will do what you want or what she wants, and it's stupid, so let's fix that first before we start pointing fingers, Myron. What the heck is up, Gators? Today we are going to be reacting to fresh and fit clips on TikTok, so let's just get right into it. No too much talk.
So I think I'm pretty conservative, but I also want to be a lawyer, and I want to make my own money. I really believe that you can balance both as a woman. You can make a career and you can start an awesome family.
Well, let me ask you a better question. Are you more comfortable being a mediocre lawyer or a mediocre mom?
Good question. I don't know, actually.
Okay. Well, that's a very important question, because you're going to be one of them if you choose to be a lawyer.
Why
I'm
can't
telling
I
you that right
balance
now. You're going to have to either be a mediocre mom or a mediocre lawyer.
It's the truth.
Because you're going to go to the law firm. There's going to be men that don't have to go home at 5 o'clock. There's going to be men that are trying to make partner. There's going to be men that are willing to do whatever's required to become better. And then there's going to be single women that don't have kids that are going to be willing to do whatever's required. So you got to ask yourself, do you want to be a great lawyer who's going to put the hours in to make partner and be a shitty ass mom because you're not home? Or are you going to be a great mom but be a shitty ass lawyer that's got to leave at 3 o'clock because you got to pick up the kids from daycare?
So
Okay, so basically he's saying, because of like how heavy the workload probably is when it comes to being a lawyer or something, so she's going to have to decide. I don't know the workload of what it would take to be a lawyer. I think Myron understands that field. I think he was in the FBI or something like that. So I don't know, but yeah, I guess to me, I was thinking he was coming from the angle of if you're working as a wife or something, that you have to choose between being a good worker or a good mom. So that's not the frame it's coming from. So I'm just going to pass on with that one, man.
Sex is an equal value exchange. If you break it down to the bare bones, it's nothing more than a handshake. He's going inside you, you're enjoying it, well, hopefully, whatever it is, but it's an equal value exchange, assuming everything is correct, right? However, women, yes it is.
It's funny how they, like, on this podcast, I've noticed it's actually always like sex related and stuff like that, sure. But I know Fresh and Fit sometimes they do the financial parts where they come and give men advice and all that. But when they come to giving women advice, man, I can't lie, their advice sometimes, like, some of it, man. Some of it. Anyway, let's carry on.
Yes, how is it going inside someone a handshake?
What are you saying? I shake your hand. That's handshake.
Can I finish? You guys have a very...
Like, I get his point. Like, he's saying it's a handshake in the sense that two parties come together and they agree on the deal, basically. Like, it is not because people be like, oh, you should be thankful she even had sex with you. Or you should be, you know, oh, that you slept with that guy. That guy is a 10 out of 10. Or so. You slept with like a celebrity. So, like, you know, it's an equal exchange of feelings, of, you know, whatever you guys are doing on that bed, man. It's an equal exchange. It should be an equal exchange. It's not the same feeling. Of course, you're a man, she's a woman, right? But it's a process that can only take place between two people, right? And those two people equally have to come together to agree to have that, you know, encounter. So I think that's what he's trying to say. But let's listen.
Bad habit of interrupting, and it's annoying. Please stop. So what I said was, it's an equal value exchange if we break it down. You guys are both having sex with each other. It's reciprocation. However, women treat sex as a value-loaded exchange. In other words, you need to take me on dates. You need to give me a bag. You need to make me feel special, blah, blah, blah. And that's fine. Y'all could treat it like a value-loaded exchange. But the problem is this. You want to say women get hurt or whatever. No, men get hurt because the thing is this. Men have to make the first move. Men have to make the first investment. Men have to get the first date going. Men have to make the effort.
See, all this stuff. Men have to. You guys could literally just stop doing that. And things will change. Like, I've not seen a situation where one thing was dependent on somebody and that particular person stopped and there wasn't a change in the behavior of the other party. If you're used to, when you come back to the house and you tell, I won't say a dog because a dog is more of like an animal, but damn, I couldn't remember what I was going to say. But all I'm saying is, if you don't want that behavior, we talked about this in the last clip. If you don't want that behavior, stop rewarding the behavior. Like, stop rewarding the behavior that you don't want. Like, I didn't say you should punish it, but just do not reward it. Like, you guys reward them with money, you guys reward them with attention, just to get sex. And it's not an equal exchange. You're doing all that just to get something that is really just, meh. Sex is not all that. Get a grip, man. Jeez.
Effort in the beginning. So you could say, I feel used, my body. But at the end of the day, it was an equal value exchange between you and the man. But the man had to bring value to even get to that point, to be able to even get the opportunity to get said date, to court you, to take you out, etc. And for the potential of something that's an equal value exchange. So that's why your argument is invalid. Sex is an equal.
Yeah, he has a point. Like, I think in doing this podcast, he's trying to talk about, first he was trying to break down that sex is an equal exchange and all that, which is true. But I think he also tried to say something about, you know, men having to do all the work and women taking far less risk compared to the man. Which, in a sense, is true in this their dating market. But me, as a person, like, why would I do all that when I don't even know the chick? Like, it makes no sense. You don't know this chick. Like, why are you doing all that? Why am I giving her money? Why am I taking her on dates and all that? Me, personally, I've not, like, I've said this before. If I add up, like, the amount of money I've spent on chicks, maybe it's because I just don't relate with girls, like on that scale. Like, I'm very picky in that sense. Like, I've met a lot, but for me to get down and actually, like, dive into one, I really have to see some traits and qualities, like, you know, that will make me want to progress in that manner. But I spend nothing more than $100 on, like, all the girls I've met in my lifetime right now. So yeah, so what I'm telling you in essence is, you guys should relax with spending money right off the bat, because number one, they would perceive you as a wallet. If you just do that right off the bat, you're literally an ATM card, and all they're going to be doing is trying to make any way to get you to spend on them. And when you do that and you get nothing in return, you're lost. And why would you put yourself in? It makes no sense to see to let's say you go on Facebook Marketplace and you want to buy, you know, a car, right? a Lamborghini on Facebook Marketplace, let's assume, right? And you pay the whole, let's say $1 million for a Lamborghini. You just send it right to the person. And the person is on Facebook Marketplace. It is not Amazon where, if you put this thing in, you're going to go back there and request for a return or a refund if you don't get the product or something, right? Person could just go away with your money for free. And most people do this on here. Online, you meet somebody, the person is giving you the attention you want. One time, you just throw money. Like, you just throw money because you have money. Like, I'm pretty sure it's money you worked so hard to get. That's the funny part. You guys work so hard to make money and just throw it away like that over sex, over women. Make some sense, man. Like, use your head, guys. Just the way you guys sit down and constructively want to make money. Sit down and constructively want to get good women around you. Not just some girl that is in love with money,
What's more secure? Someone who tells you the truth and doesn't care what you think, they're just telling the truth, or someone that lies to you, or worse yet, doesn't say anything because they're scared of what you'll say?
The honest.
Okay, fantastic. So if a guy tells you, yo, I don't like that you do this and that, that's not insecure. That's him being secure. He's telling you straight up, I don't like that you're a stripper.
But you know what?
Like that you're on OnlyFans.
That's never happened to me.
Secure.
That's never happened to me. All of my boyfriends, they always told me they don't care because they know my purpose. Like, they know why I do it, and they do not care.
What's your longest relationship?
Like 3 years.
And he never had a problem with you stripping?
No.
Stop counting. So why did the relationship end?
Well, because it got boring, I guess.
It got boring.
You got bored of him?
It's
why
like
did you get bored of him?
Of course he gets. Who won't get bored of that guy? Like, bro, she's literally walking over you, man. Like, she's going out there. Yeah, this topic, like, I really don't know. I don't like talking about this topic, man. But when I see it and I'm like, bro, what are these men even thinking? Like, this is the level of desperation. Like, so what's the difference between you and someone that's paying for all that you get? Okay, you can get to touch her and sleep with her. But we've seen her inside and outside. Sometimes we've probably even seen you guys sleep together and stuff. Man, this world, man.
I don't know. I just got bored. Sometimes
I'll tell you why you got bored of him.
There's like a flame,
Hold on, stop the show. I know why you got bored of him. Because he was a pussy and want to stand up to you and tell you, yo, this is unacceptable behavior and let you do whatever you want.
Hell nah. I don't drink when I go to work. I don't do nothing bad. I just go to work. That's it. Make my money and leave. That's it.
What's more?
Make your money and leave. Make your money what? Stripping, showing men your body and stuff like that. Wow, in a relationship, a committed relationship. Right? Well, props to them. Like, they chose the relationship. Like, see me, deal with me. Is I have no issue if you guys sit down and constructively agree on these things. Like, there's no problem with that. But it makes no sense to me. Why? Because in the long run, I think most of the times when you guys make these decisions, you're not thinking about the long run. Because in the long run, when you actually come to the terms with, oh, this is going to continue for years, and the kind of exposure you get to, like a stripper now, the kind of exposure they get to guys that want to sleep with them, it's going to be very, very high. And it will range from really ugly people or whatever you call them to really good looking, attractive people, wealthy people, And there's one thing about temptation. You should not be opening yourself so much to temptation in that sense. So if you guys want to be in a committed relationship in that sense, because like any relationship, you would like to have your own, you guys like to be loyal and stick to each other, right? That would only mean she is going to keep tempting herself and eventually fall, because I'm not going to say there's no temptation in the world, but at that level, at that scale, it's just a matter of time. So when things like that start happening, he will start noticing, difference in her body language. She will also start, giving him less attention, going outside, doing stuff outside. And it could work vice versa, but I'm just speaking based off, this clip. So, guys, come on. Girls, come on. You guys should have more value for yourselves, man. Holy.
As soon as I leave this podcast, I'm going to go home and go back to my normal life.
And he claims you?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
And you think he's not having sex with other girls and he's a high value guy like you say?
Yes.
What does he do?
Thinking like that?
He owns 5 businesses.
Okay. And you think he's just having sex with you?
I know he is.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah? I don't see a problem here. Why are they laughing?
But you're a dancer on your own OnlyFans?
Oh, okay, that's why they're dancing.
And he's okay with that?
He understands that I gotta do what I gotta do to get to where I want to go.
Okay.
So if he's high status, wouldn't he support you so that you don't have to do that?
Yeah.
We've only been together for 3 months. I don't expect some man to just take care of me.
Yo, he's selling a dream, bro. He's selling a dream.
6 months
He's
in,
smart. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Okay, if he's selling a dream, then why would he take me back home with his family on Thanksgiving to go meet his mother?
Because it looks good.
Yeah, looks good, yeah.
Okay.
Makes you feel like you're concrete.
As soon as I leave this,
Well, to be very honest, man, once I had OnlyFans, I scrapped everything I was thinking about, man. Like, because without everything with the OnlyFans thing, I think it was true. Like, I feel, yeah, they love each other and all, like, you know, because I see people trying to make people feel like or suspect something from, you know, a man or a woman. Like, two people could actually just have respect for themselves and not, you know, screw themselves over. Like, I don't know why people just come in their way, like trying to make them think otherwise, you know, trying to poison their, intoxicate their minds. Like, just relax, man. But once I heard the OnlyFans thing, see, I just, you guys can do whatever the hell you want, man. I don't even care, bro.
podcast, I'm gonna go home.
You're asking me to state what I just stated again, which you said you disagree with. That proves my point that women don't disagree with ideas. They disagree with how they feel once you state an idea. We're seeing a quintessential example of that right now. This podcast, this episode, has been a masterclass on female nature.
Your first statement, the first part of your statement is the part that I didn't agree with.
Which was?
You kept going, and that's why I asked you to repeat what you just said.
You cannot articulate an argument against something if you don't even remember what it was. That's my point. You want us to tell you? Incredible.
I'm just asking to just repeat so I can answer his question. That's it.
That's the problem. You're not even going to try to refute what I said. You don't like what it was? How can you disagree with something you don't remember?
Yeah, that's
Am I crazy?
I agree with what Myron's saying because I really just heard this from a male earlier today. I agree with
it's crazy when you come to a podcast filled with other women and, you know, like, see them, like, she was this woman over here, like all the girls are just basically like,
Am I crazy? I agree with what Myron's saying because
yeah, it's just ridiculous, bro. You just come and you embarrass yourself like that. Like, at least, like, be able to, you know, state the problem. Like, now you're giving him points on you. Like, I'm not on anybody's side here, but hey, you're looking stupid here. I can't even lie. Holy.
That's one thing. Men, when men pay your bills,
preach.
When men think that that's how they get their power.
Facts.
You gotta make sure that they don't have that power over you. Because once they do, you're gone. It's like you're their property. And it shouldn't be like that for me.
I don't know what the problem is with people feeling like if someone pays for your bills and stuff like that, you are their property. Like, man. Anyway, I don't know, man. I really don't know, man. Then you turn around and comment insecure, like, I don't know, man. It's weird. Anyway, carry on.
Dogs. Right, you're not cows, right?
Obey?
When they are trolling, just makes me laugh.
Anyway.
Derek, did you have something that you wanted to say to that? I saw you laughing.
Oh, I mean, it was just, I'm happy, like, that's the best laugh I might have on my birthday. Thank you so much. I've seen that in the comments too, so thank you in the audience. That's very powerful. Imagine that, like this worldview. And you're 19. I'm not going to pick on you too much. You're 19, and I think you're very sincere. I think the things you say, you sound very sincere. But imagine that, like, the idea that, like, a man's trying to control me by paying my bills and taking care of me and shit, like.
No, I didn't say that they're trying to control. That's how they think that they have power.
That's how he gets his power.
Yeah, because it is.
Like, what does that even,
that's one thing. That's one thing.
What does that even mean? Like, that's how he gets his power. Like, what stupid power? When he could actually go and, you know, hire robots with the money if he wanted power and take over the world. Like, power, like, all he's doing is spending on you and letting you live your life. He just wants to share his wealth with you. And, you know, you see it as his power. You know, the thing is, this particular chick might be 1 out of 1 million women that think like this. But these are the ones you see online. These are the chicks you find online. And they would say the most unreasonable thing you hear. But the internet, because of how it's the nature of internet, it's the people that, are traumatic, the people that are going through stress, the people that have been hurt, right? They're the ones that are online, bloodthirsty, angry, ready to just let it all out. And when they let it all out in this form, in this nature, it goes very viral because it sounds very intriguing. So people see it. It's like people see, maybe you go in the comment section and you see like bunch of similar girls saying the same thing or agreeing with her. But because of how the nature of these angry fellows, they are still, the people you see in the comments are similar to people that say these things. So most happy people, you don't even see them in the comment. Like imagine you going to, let's look in the comments here. Let me just take a quick look at the comment section. I want to show you guys. So no comments here. 201. You see, I don't know. See, that means literally, or is it because, okay, log into comment? I don't know. All I'm saying is, when angry people like this get online and give, or angry, hot, whatever you call it, when you go online and say things like this, more people see it, more people get influenced by all this negative view, negative angles. Like she probably got herself in a situation or in a relationship that, maybe the guy did that to her, and I won't even lie, most of the times these girls pick those guys by themselves. Like these are guys that they were better guys out there. Maybe you disqualified him because he's short, because he's not good looking, because he doesn't have money. You disqualified the guy and you pick this douchebag and he treats you anyhow, and maybe like she said, the guy actually started imposing stuff on her because of the amount of money he was spending on her or whatnot, because that's what this girl was saying right here. And you do all that, and he does all that, and eventually you leave the relationship, you are broken and all that. Instead of you to understand and sit down and say, okay, this was my fault, I was the one that chose this douchebag, and that's why I'm going through this problem, you go out there and you say things like this. Like, just listen to what she said one more time.
Men, when men pay your bills,
Preach.
when men think that that's how they get their power.
Facts.
You gotta make sure that they don't have that power over you.
It's just anger, guys. Anger. And for this kind of people, honestly, what is best for them is not violence, is not, trying to make them pay or anything. Nah. Pity them. Teach them and show them what it means to be, a man. A loving, empathic man. Prove them wrong. With love. Not with hatred or, trying to shame them or not. Like, when you do all that, both parties lose. These women never get to heal. Like, look at her. She's just pissed. She will never get to heal. And I hope she's healed, but I can bet she's probably like this if she keeps up the same energy, this same mindset. She's probably like that. Man, women, let go of it, man. Women, man, let go of those emotions. Let go of those past traumas you guys have gone through, like past experiences that didn't end in the way you wanted them to end. Take them as a positive. Try to look for the positive things in them, like, oh, okay, this was my fault, I shouldn't have done this, and thank God it happened now instead of then. All this, view it in a positive light instead of, trying to blame the universe and your rocks. Oh, I don't know what this astrologists use, but yeah, do better, guys.
Then what are you doing here?
I know his name.
Then what are you doing here?
I don't know. I know his name.
What does the podcast say behind you right there?
Fresh and You're fit?
Yeah.
Okay, fit.
But you're not.
Okay.
Oh.
If I decided to be feminine every now and then and pick and choose when I want to be a man, you would never give me a chance. So why would you give me a chance when I want to pick and choose? Why would I give you a chance when you want to pick and choose and be a lady? What I'm trying to say is that a woman can pick and choose when she wants to be a lady, but the man has got to be masculine at all times. That's not a fair deal for the guy. I'm just going to get a girl that's always feminine versus arguing and having to put you in your place all the time. Right now, having this conversation with you is stressful. I can only imagine being in a relationship with you doing this all the time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Men don't want that. We already get stressed from
Facts. Like, I wouldn't say it's a arguments, disagreements in relationships, they're natural. Like, if you have a relationship where you guys don't agree, or you guys always agree 100% on everything, then I don't know, that's a weird relationship if I'm being honest. Like, somebody is suppressing something, like, 100% just agree. There's no way, there's no disagreement of any sort. Like, it doesn't have to lead to like a heated fight or something, but there should be some, you guys just don't view, or you guys just don't agree on certain point of views, or values or something. Like, so things like that will arise once in a while in the relationship, and when you guys approach it like adults, you communicate effectively, you're honest, you're open, you bring it to light, you guys will bury that situation once and for all. What I see normally is people just internalize this thing, and let's say she keeps, I'll use myself an example. She keeps, this one will apply to you guys that text a lot. I avoid it, but this particular chick, I like her, yeah. So and it's complicated, but we text anyway. So she'll send like let's say I see something like something she doesn't understand, or something she's just not in the mood to respond to, or something, I don't know, and for whatever reason she'll just give it a thumbs up, right? And when I see that thumbs up, I'm like, come on, bro. It just kills my, like, you know what I mean, like thumbs up, like give me a heart emoji, like, you know what I mean. So if I know I want a heart emoji and she's giving me a thumbs up, what do? I do not just go under my bed sheets, cry, or start resenting the girl, or trying to be passive aggressive and start making and doing stuff like she doesn't like. It doesn't make sense, right? Instead, I just tell her, like, why do you keep doing this? Or can you stop using this thumbs up and do this instead? Like, use the heart instead. And simple communication. If she values you enough, which she should, because I don't know why you should be with someone that doesn't value you, right? If she values you and how you feel about what she's doing, it's not hard. She will change over time. It might not be like immediately, but continuous communication, continuous openness, honesty, authenticity, bro, it's only going to be a matter of time. And I'm speaking from experience, so I don't know about you guys, but I'm just speaking from experience. But yeah.
That's from the outside world. Why do we want to come in and fight our girl?
You done?
Oh,
yes.
shit.
Alright, so point proven. Point proven. Point proven. I know when to shut the fuck up.
Clearly you don't from our last exchange.
No, because you were talking and talking and talking. You told me to shut the fuck up.
But I had to tell you.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, you told me to shut up. I shut up. I waited until you finished. I know when to be submissive, when I need to be submissive.
Let me ask you a question. Hold on, stop.
I don't know why people think shutting up, like, you kept quiet when he said you should keep quiet. Like, that's not the kind of submission, like, nah, this kind of submission is just not it, man. I don't know why you guys demonize this submission thing. Like, that is literally the kind of submission you should not accept. Like, it just tells you to shut up and you just shut. Like, no, that's not the kind of submission. I don't even think that's submission, because where's the love? Where's the empathy? Like, you guys are having a heated conversation and he says shut up, and you're trying to prove his point by shutting up, when, man, is where, like, to me, when we're talking about someone that is being submissive, right? A submissive wife is a wife that is submissive to a man that loves her. Because in the Bible, let's go back to the Bible, right? Because I think that's where it comes from. Those traditional rules and stuff. Men were told to love their wives. Women were told to obey their husbands. And if women should love, right? If women should obey husbands that love them, what will mean is the man is going to be doing things that are in the woman's best interest, since she loves him, and the woman is going to be listening to what the man says, indirectly meaning she is listening to what would be the best thing for her, right? In that sense, from the man's, let's say, mouth or control or like angle, right? Of course, she still has her own decision to make, like, right? That is what submission is. Like, she can live her life, but when a guy comes in and suggests the best thing, right? This is the best thing. She listens, in the sense that she listens, not necessarily like act directly, right? That's what I think. But the man should be able to express it in a way that she immediately understands that, oh, this is actually the right thing for me, right? Not forcing it on her, like, shut up, like he did here. Like, man, I don't think that's submission there, and she's submitted, but I don't know what that is, man. The hell?
I had to tell you to shut up, right? Okay. How about this? Let's go into a
asking me
dream
a
world.
question.
Okay, look, let's go into a dream world, right? I can tell you.
It's got the sound effects.
Let's say me and you're walking down the street and some guy robs your purse and runs away. And he punches you.
Bro, that's where the clip ends, man.
The process. And then what are you doing here?
This is why I hate TikTok clips, man. They're just pointless, man.
Speaking of which, we saw Fresh and Fit get deep.
You guys are missing the point of the discussion.
No, I understand the discussion. It was just your narrative. That was all.
Yeah, I mean, it's disrespectful to laugh on a platform. Like, I'm simply trying to give you guys an analogy so you can understand where men are coming from. Whether you guys want to accept it or not, the biggest investment that a man is going to make is into his potential future wife. Something that's pretty serious. Because here's the thing. It's not funny that men get divorced by women 80% of the time. It's not funny that 90% of alimony is paid from men to women. It's not funny that guys don't get to see their children. It's not funny that a woman can cheat on you, divorce you, and still take your money and your children from you. It's not fucking funny. And it's extremely disrespectful for you guys to come on the platform, laugh about me saying, hey, men have to pay full price, which is marriage, okay? Because he has to bring so many other things to the table to get a wife, and the only thing he really expects in return is some level of decency and purity. So it's not funny. You guys are missing the point of the.
Well, what I got from this is he's trying to clarify to some girls maybe that were making jokes on the podcast or laughing about something. That it's like funny matter here. Like men are actually getting shit on. Like men are actually getting ripped off. Talking about 80% this. People taking their kids away from their fathers and stuff like that. And to be honest, the problem is not one-sided. Like I've not deeply dived into this problem or whatever this topic is about, but it is never a one-sided thing, right? What was the guy doing in the relationship that made the girl leave or divorce? Was he sleeping outside with people? Because if he's sleeping outside with people and expecting there to be no consequence of his action, like when the woman is like, fed up with his lack of loyalty, which men always of this era claim they want from their women but are not ready to give back, right? If you want her to stay loyal and not sleep outside with people, I don't see why you should be doing the same thing. It makes no sense. To say men and women are different and all that useless argument they're trying to make just to sleep outside with people, like, it makes no sense. If you want this, be the change. If you want a change, be the change. If you don't want your wife sleeping outside, be an example to your own wife. Don't sleep outside. Because what message are you giving to her when she sees you sleeping outside with people? To do the same. That's what no matter how loyal she is, that's the incentive you're giving her. That's the incentive. So it doesn't make any sense to me. Why? But yeah, with all these things he said, people tend to blow out other factors like, these men go out there, misbehave, do what they do, and get the consequence of their actions. Sometimes they might be treated unfairly, right? But most times, these things result from their own end. Like, the cheating thing I'm talking about, that's probably a huge thing with this divorce and all that. Although I know some women that, I've heard of, I don't even in those situations, even in all these situations, you see Amber Heards and Johnny Depp, the same thing could happen. Maybe Johnny Depp was out there doing some other things the woman didn't like, and the woman said, okay, the only way for her to get back to this guy is by doing this, and she went ahead and tried to, take half of his stuff. So at the end of the day, it's a two-sided thing. Like, we all need to be better people, and unless we do that, we'll keep going around and getting ourselves in, all this mess, man. Holy.
Not showing interest, etc.
I guess.
So when a girl overtly looks at another male, that is a huge form of disrespect because women don't typically show interest. And men know this subconsciously, right? If a girl compliments a guy, it's rare. We're not used to it, right? Women,
That's true.
Women typically don't show interest.
Guys, I'll confess, like, if I say something to you as a girl I find attractive and you smile, bro, you've done one of like you don't know how you don't know how much you've done, man. I can't really explain it, but don't use it against me, Sha. You guys should not use it against me. These are not tips for you to come and use against me. Don't come here giving me fake smiles, okay? Because I can tell. But yeah, that's some true stuff right there.
Interest in men, you know what I mean? So since if a woman shows interest in another man in front of you, that's one of the biggest forms of disrespect because men know how rare that is. So for her to overtly do it in front of you is a huge sign of disrespect. Not showing interest.
I don't get this clip. Let me read the comments real quick and see if I can get freely giving the love and attention that was supposed to be for me to him. But Mara needs to be loved so bad. Okay, buddy. Or worse, they just stare at him. Let's also discuss the mindset. Women disrespect men by complimenting other men in front of you as soon as you bring it. Why these guys never... Is this a continuation? Why don't they ever finish like their statements? Is this a trend? Good way for a woman to end up alone. Women, you can't win this argument. Women now these days are fake as Jake and rude as F, and they play mind games. All the hot men are commenting. But then again, I won't say they are wrong. But I'll use myself as an example again. There was a chick I like a lot. Right? The chick I told you guys earlier about. And she comes to me and she's like, oh, this really fine guy in our workplace, and all the girls are dying after him, and my gives me a whole rundown about this good looking dude. And to be honest, what do? I see that, oh, okay, there's this good looking guy, and I give her some advice on how to get this good looking guy. But she didn't like the way I, give her advice on how to approach good looking men, because she was expecting, I don't know what she was expecting me to say. Oh, don't go out there like, I can't control. See, what I know I can't control. And I'll always do what I can do. So if I could help you get this guy you want, why not? If that's the man, they say don't let don't let your boyfriend stop you from finding your husband, So I might be the boyfriend, you never know, man. But that's the kind of mindset I have when it comes to anything in life. Because I know I have it now doesn't mean it's going to be mine forever. Because even if she stays with me till the end, I still die someday and automatically lose her in that sense, right? To death. Yeah, of course, if she stays till death, then she's been the perfect wife in that sense. Like she's done it and she was with me through it. But then again, you still lose whatever you think you're going to keep at the end of the day. Whatever you try to keep, you lose. It's in the Bible. And whatever you lose, you get. So to me, I'm ready to lose it. I'm just ready to lose it. But I'm not trying to lose it. That's the difference. I'm not saying, oh God, take this away from me. But I'm saying, God, thank you. I know this is what I have, right? But I also know that you gave it to me unknowingly, because I don't know where I found this chick, but she's awesome, right? And you might take it away from me someday for whatever reason. But I just hope I'm strong enough to learn the lesson and be ready for the moment. So that's just how I see it, man. And I feel that's how you guys should see it too. You guys can correct me in the comments. I might be wrong.
Interest, etc. All right, this is a tough one. Should you tell your side piece that's all she is? Listen, guys, you got two options. You can be truthful, and she's more than likely going to leave you when someone that's more stable and wants to take her serious comes along. Or B, you could play the game and continue to finesse. I'll keep it real with you guys. I got an abundance mindset, so I keep it honest because I don't want the headaches that come from duping a woman. Because best believe, if you manipulate her and she takes the L and she finds out down the road, she's going to make your life miserable. So it's up to you about how risk tolerant you are and how much of abundance mindset you are. But guys, your peace isn't worth it. Keep it real. If she leaves, who cares? And to be honest, she's going to respect you more. And you save yourself from headaches in the future.
I agree with him. Why? Because if you're into that kind of, which I don't advise, it's stupid. It's stupid. Like, if you have a main girl, I don't see why there should be a side piece. Like, what is the side piece there for? What does she have that the other girl doesn't have? And if the other girl has it, why are you with the side piece then? If the other girl if there's a need to be with the other girl, what's the main girl doing there? Because the main girl is meant to be the main girl. She's meant to be able to do what the main girl does. or whatever any side chick is going to do. She's meant to be able to fulfill all that. So if your main girl is not doing that, straight up tell her to start doing it. And if she can't do it, understand the situation. But don't stay in there and start doing all this. You do a side girl trying to cheat and hide stuff, like, makes no sense. Except it's an open relationship, which still I'm like, bro, come on, man. The hell is that? You guys have ruined the whole courtship thing. Like, you guys have just ruined. Like, have some respect for yourself and just leave, man. If she's not giving you what you want, leave. Or respect the girl at least. Like, if you really love her, like they say they love their wives, they love their girls, right? That the side girl is just nobody. It's just some girl you just sleep with and you go back to the main girl that you love, right? If you love her so much, why don't you let her go and go to someone else that would treat her better than what you're treating her? Like someone that will value her far, far better than you're going to value her, because there's no way you won't tell me that having a side piece is valuing her. Like, someone will make that argument. I'm pretty sure. I don't know what you guys think, but to me, nah. If you're going to get a main girl, make her the main girl and the only girl. That's just me. Side girl, I don't see why there should be a side girl when you could have all the girls you need to have without making anyone the main. If you really wanted to be promiscuous, like, why are you even having a main girl? Just be promiscuous. Like, so what's the point of, you're trying to lock one down, especially when you're being deceptive. You lied to her, you tricked her into the whole thing, and she doesn't even know you're doing it behind her back. Doesn't make sense. But I've gone on a different rant. What Myron said, be honest. Just be honest with her. Makes sense. Like, to be honest. Let me see what the comments are saying. Fitness, you mean manipulate, side, peace. I'm honest and straight up. Truth is the best. Truth is always the best. Funny thing, they always stay. Honesty is more attractive to them because it shows you're not afraid. Well, honesty is always, like, I don't know about it being attractive, but honesty would always lead you to a better outcome, because it is you being you, and whatever outcome, honestly, you being honest leads you to, is going to be good for you, because you are honest. You get me? So if you lose the girl because of that, it's still leading you in the direction you're meant to be, because you don't want to be with a girl that is not cool with what you're doing, but is still there. Because I mean, if she knows, she's going to be passive aggressively doing stuff to hurt you, or worse, trying to get back at you in some other form. She might want to divorce you or something, or give you a child and disappears, or make you start paying child support or something, crazy stuff. But if you're honest and she leaves, man, you're better off, man. So just be honest. I forgot what I was going to say, but just be honest, guys.
If you want to become financially free, become successful, have a certain mindset, you must fucking suffer as a man. That's how it fucking goes. Suffering. No one respects you if you don't. You must suffer. So if you want to go through your 20s and party and have fun, I promise you're going to pay for it later. And the problem that sucks is that when you do get older and you're paying for it later.
I don't think you can always have fun while suffering. How do you have fun while suffering, guys? Enjoy the process. And do what you have passion for. Like, if you're not doing what you have passion for, it's just going to be straight up suffering. And I don't think you should spend 1 second of your life doing, what you hate, especially when you could choose not to. Like, if you can't choose to change your life, okay, fair enough. But if you can and you don't, why? Why are you stuck in that job you hate? Why? You don't like the job, right? You saw you didn't like the job. You applied for the job. You got the job. You hate working there. And you just keep making decisions you hate. Keep making decisions you hate, and you complain. You say life sucks. Duh, of course it sucks. All the decisions you've been making were decisions that you never liked in the first place. Just start making things. Yeah, life is tough. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know your situation. You might have done something that led you to the wrong, situation in life. Like, maybe you have a child now you have to take care of, so you have to work as hard as you can to take care of both the child and yourself and your family, if you have a family, which, whose fault is that? I'm not going to point fingers here, but we all know whose fault that is. So if you know you want happiness, do things that will lead you in that path. Like, in that situation, don't sleep with a girl when you know you don't have the bills to take care of the child that comes if you guys get a child. You guys say you use condom and all that, but there's going to come a time where you don't, or something happens. They say it's 1%, right? Condoms, right? And that 1%, you know, something gets in there and you get a child. Boom. What do? Your life, your whole life, you know, turns around, and you have to do things you hate. Then you cause that for yourself. Though you could still make the decision to do things you like, but then it's not going to be that easy anymore, because you just threw away your freedom in that sense. Because if the government is tying that to you, you know you have to pay those bills at a certain time. So you better work. If not, I don't know how it works, but I think you could probably go to jail for that or something. And more freedom lost. So I don't think you want to lose more freedom. So at the end of the day, just keep making decisions. Your gut, like to me, listen to yourself. Listen to yourself. You guys don't listen to yourself. You guys listen to the society. You guys listen to what they tell you about making money. What money? Why are you making money in the first place? If you don't have wants you want to satisfy, if you don't have actual wants to help people, if you don't, all this buying cars, all this buying expensive jewelries, like, I don't think that's that's not worth it, man. That's not going to be worth working a job you do not like for how many years just to go and spend it on some. Come on, when you could enjoy your whole life and whatever comes with it, like suffering wise, why would you choose that? Piece of gold that doesn't mean shit. How would you choose that? Make better decisions, guys. Sleep. I skipped it.
Free, become successful, have a certain mindset. You must promise you're gonna pay for it later. And the problem that sucks is that when you do get older and you're paying for it later, you might not have the time, the ability, or the resources, or the energy to get out there and work at the same level when you're in your fucking 20s. You build a foundation in your fucking 20s so that you don't suffer in your fucking 30s. If you want to become...
That's not wrong. That's not wrong. Like, yeah, build it younger, of course. I don't know why people make it seem like 30 years. When you're 30 years, you're not young anymore. You're still young, bro. Like, old age starts at like 50 or something. Like, of course, like, you're still older, but actual old age when your bones and, you know, like, you're actually old and sloppy and stuff like that probably starts like 50, 45, 50-ish, if you ask me. Like, that's actually still young. Actually, how old's my dad? To be honest, like, old age is like 60. Yeah, I'll be pushing it, but you get the point. People are trying to rush it, like, oh, my 20s, I have to do everything in my 20s, do this, do that, get rich, be a millionaire. Bro, you guys are just putting unnecessary goals that don't lead you to happiness. Like, I know someone like Tate or someone come and be talking about, like, you don't have to be happy to do this. Yeah, true. But if you could be happy and still achieve the same level of wealth and finance, why not? I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Calculator. Like I said, I'm with you. And like I said before, men are just as faithful as their options. I mean, if you have a man and, you know what I mean, he's, I mean, a lit dude. I mean, if he has wild bread, you want to live this certain lifestyle, you need to have him and allow him to live his certain lifestyle as well, especially if he's providing. If he's providing the lifestyle that you want, that you desire, you need to allow him to live the life that he desires.
Calculator. Well, that's fair. That's fair. It's an equal exchange, like I said. Both parties have to be happy in a relationship. So if the guy's giving you what you want, I guess you have to. It's weird though. If you guys sign a contract that you guys have to be loyal to each other, right? You guys have to be loyal to each other. I don't understand what that means, because you providing for the woman in that sense is part of the responsibility that comes with being a partner, right? So, because I think what this guy was probably headed, this is a short clip, was he's probably trying to say, oh, he's done this for you so he can go outside and sleep with other girls. Like, what? I don't know whether that's what he's saying, but if that is where he's going, that makes no sense, because you have to take care of your family. You have to take care of your family. It's a responsibility. That does not give you the opportunity to break the vow you guys made as married partners. Because I see this a lot. Like, what kind of mindset is that? You guys correct me if you feel, or you guys give me your thoughts on that if you feel you don't agree with what I said.
The first thing that Myron says to me when I get there, he's like, you're a nice guy, but your girl's a whore. And I said, yeah, it was really disrespectful.
Off camera?
Off camera. And I said, bro, why the fuck would you say that to me? I think he got really surprised that I talked back. I was like, I was like, I'm gonna let that go because you just don't understand.
I'm surprised you did the pod with him after he said that.
Yeah, I said to Myron, I was like, if you met her, I don't think you would say that. I think if you got to know her, you would understand that, she wants to change, she wants to be better. I had all my guys with me. They come to everything with me. We're a close-knit group. And he's just like, they gotta leave, man. They all gotta leave. And I was like, he's like, people steal ideas for filming. I'm like, all right. Like, I was really polite. I was like, if that's what I said, this is what does. If that's what you want, bro, I'm gonna respect
steal
you.
ideas of what?
What is there to steal?
He said like,
It's all public. It's live streamed.
He said people in the past will steal like equipment ideas or something. I was like,
the way it's set up.
Yeah. I was like, I was very polite. I was like, if that's what you want, bro, I'm in your area. I'll be solo here. I don't know if they make you uncomfortable or whatever. I was like, I'll ask him to leave. I asked him to leave. I was very polite. And then he still said that thing after about her. I was like, bro, what? So they asked me to come back on. They're like, we need you back on. We need you back on.
After my pod.
After your pod.
Yeah.
I didn't even respond. I was like, dude. The first thing that...
Well, to be honest, like, I don't know, like, in the comments I'm reading, Baron kept it 100. Maro's a beast. Isn't his girlfriend Sky, Brie, or is that somebody else? Maron stood on business. Maron was spitting facts. Maron was... all these guys talking, like, you guys can clearly tell, like, most of these guys, like I said it before, these guys are people that have come from bad relationships. These are people that, came from bad relationships and refused to heal. There's nothing wrong with, making the wrong decision and landing with the wrong partners. Though I feel you see signs that you guys are not compatible, but because of, love or whatever you're looking for in that relationship, right? You'll close your eyes to the red flags and still go ahead with it. And when you do that, when you start seeing the real colors, because time will show their real colors. And when you start seeing their real colors, things start falling apart, right? Then you guys break up or whatever happens, right? That's what happens here. And you guys, instead of, going out to heal properly and understanding that, okay, it's because of what I did, I'm stuck with this situation now, or stuck in this situation. You go out here trying to poison other people's mind when it comes to how they deal with their own girl or who their girl is. I don't know, man. To me, come on, just go and heal, man. Just go and heal. If it was good advice, you won't be saying it in such manner. You would actually be able to back it up with facts. Because if I say, okay, tell me why she's a whore, except the guy was, maybe, except the guy was maybe, or the girl was maybe, an OnlyFans model or something of that nature. Okay, I can